Hi everyone, Happy New Year. Hope everyone ended 2025 by acknowledging all the abundance that they have in their life than cribbing about what they don't. And let's carry the same energy in 2026. In this video, I wanted to lay out the structure, the layout, and the flow of the syllabus and the curriculum that we're going to follow for the next semester that will start the next week. So the semester spans across 6 months, that is Jan 2026 to June 2026, where all the courses would run parallel to each other. You can imagine this to be more like an open university of some sorts, where you have chosen your subjects and you're not restricted by your major. The semester will have 1 week long break in March, where we would take some time off, reassess the learnings. We would also try to incorporate some feedback into the system as to what could be improved, what has gone well, and just take some time to sit with ourselves. So, without further ado, let's dive into the syllabus and the teachings. For finance, we're going to follow lectures from different resources, and the whole course can be divided into 3 modules. The first module would be Foundations of Finance, where we would build conceptual clarity around how the markets function and how the world of finance works. The second module will actually be the applications of these financial concepts into the real world. So you can look at it into like translating theory into strategic thinking and trading logic. Finally, the third module would be trading in practice, where we would take all these learnings and apply into execution and trading practice and gain some hands-on experience on different virtual simulation platforms where we could try trading algorithms. So in all, this course progresses like theoretical, application, and operational. So, in theory, we learn about the concepts. In application, we learn how these concepts are applied in these strategies. And finally, in operations, we learn everything from starting an account, opening an account, to actually applying these strategies and concepts. Now, moving to blockchain. Given the amount of information that there is and how scattered it is across the internet regarding this topic, I wanted to follow a structured approach. And to do that, I've decided to follow this MIT OpenCourseWare on blockchain, which starts from the basics, then builds up the concepts, and then finally moves on to more complex concepts. So I know it does sound intimidating, and honestly, I would be lying if I said I was very confident when I saw the course. But just because it gives some anchor and some starting point, I would like to start with it and then see how it progresses. Yeah, and we'll figure it out. Like, I'll use ChatGPT, I'll ask my friends in the industry how it works. And there's always Twitter. I think for blockchain and crypto, tech Twitter is really helpful. So maybe I can use that to my disposal as well. Moving to the interdisciplinary courses. For networks, we have already divided the course into 3 parts. That is studying the network risk, doing case studies on different social networks, and finally ideating an ideal social network. For the first part, we would be studying these books for systematic network risk and contagion effects. For the social networks, I've decided to do a study on these networks to understand the designing choices, the technology behind it, and how the user psychology works behind it. Finally, as a midterm project, we would like to do a comparative analysis on how these are different, how these networks are different than each other, and which one is better in what aspect. So that's the goal that I have. Finally, post midterms, I will be ideating and implementing a social experiment on my idealistic social network and how it should look like. So that's the goal and an outcome that I see for this course. Moving on to the next course, which is psychology. Psychology will run in 2 parallel tracks of theory and practice. While we study how humans think, decide, and believe, on the other side, in the practical lab, we would see how we can use these concepts and build an interactive game and see how these knowledge can be applied to the real world. So the first 3 months would be foundations and system design, and the next 3 months would be applications, belief, and meaning. In arts, again, we will have 2 components of theory and practical running in parallel. Now, what does that mean? Throughout the theoretical course line, we will pick up an Indian city and answer some questions that are put forward in that study or in that phase of the study. The four phases for the theoretical course line are foundations, cities as systems, nations and power, and contemporary and digital cities. And this is the monthly breakdown for these four phases. While we do follow these theoretical course line, we would take ourselves onto these little art dates every week in and around the city, wherever I am, wherever I'm traveling, so that I'm not just learning these concepts in theory, but also seeing them in practice. And I would want to take you guys along with me in the form of, say, vlogs, in the form of, say, interviews, and just make a documentary style video in it, and let's see how that evolves. But that's the idea I have in my mind. Finally, in interdisciplinary courses comes economics, where I would want to take the route of exploring quantitative and qualitative aspects of economics. Over the next 6 months, we would start by setting up my economics lab, testing the concepts, testing the relationships between different economic indicators step by step, and finally testing a global phenomena. So, up till March, we will set up the lab and take mini projects to test different concepts and hone our skills of economic analysis. Post midsems, we will pick up an actual global phenomena and do an in-depth study and in-depth research on it. While also this is going, we will in parallel do some readings and books, recommended readings, so that our continued learning keeps happening. This course would be more vlog style, demo walkthroughs, and an open discussion on the readings and learnings that we're doing, than me blurting out all the concepts and readings that I'm doing. For AI and languages, I know I've bucketed them together right now, but they will branch out eventually. So, for starters, I would just make AI apps which help me learn the language faster. So it's just almost like a utility tool. However, eventually I would want to see different coding platforms and test out which one is better. I would also want to touch upon the basics of AI and how LLMs came into the picture. Like, it's more of an explanation video for the people in our lives who are unaware about this world, who are just wondering how AI came into the lives of everyone, working like magic, and want to know more about it. It just sparked into my mind when my dad was asking me that, "Hey, Siley, can you tell me more about AI and how it came into existence and all of that?" And I just got to thinking that I'm sure a lot of more people would be thinking about it, and I just thought that I'll make some introductory videos about it. So maybe I can do that. So I mentioned in my previous video that for the local language, I would be taking up Kannada. But for the global language, I'm still undecided. But it could be a mix of many different languages also. For example, I was thinking it could be something like learning the words of street signs from a country I might be going to. However, because I would want to shop at IKEA, I would want to learn the furniture names. So just like small little projects like that. So it can be something interesting. Coming to the final course, which is engineering, firstly listing down that I would want to dabble and touch upon projects ranging from electrical to textile to sustainability to material engineering. And why I said this is because these are case studies. Like, I have identified different applications of this engineering in different cases, and I have friends in these industries. So for me, it's more like I would want to invite them and talk more about it. And it's almost like a case study slash podcast slash peek into the industry kind of thing. It will be more production style videos where we would maybe do comparative style videos, or we would create something, we would do any of those things. So this is how I view this course, and definitely it goes without saying that it will evolve as we go. So that's the roundup, guys. I know it's extensive, I know it's very ambitious, but as we say, shoot for the moon. At least you'll land among the stars. So that's my goal for the first 6 months. And classes start next week, and I'll see you then. Okay, bye.